Hello, friends. Today we get acquainted with the history and traditions of one of the most beloved holidays of the new year. You will learn how he originated, why we put the Christmas trees, launch fireworks, and how this day celebrates in different corners of the world. Did you know that the very first new year was celebrated 4,000 years ago in Mesopotamia? 1. History of the emergence of the New Year holiday. New Year is one of the most ancient holidays in the world that has gone a long way of transformation before becoming the way we know it today. The ancient roots of the New Year are the first mention of the celebration of the New Year relate to the civilization of Mesopotamia about 4,000 years ago. Then the New Year was celebrated in March, during the spring equinox, since this time was associated with the beginning of the agricultural season. The Akita Congress Festival, which lasted 12 days. It was a feast of an update dedicated to the gods Marduk and Nineveh. During this period, the king temporarily replaced the symbolic king, which symbolized the rebirth of power too. Roman reforms. Julius Caesar and calendar. In 46 BC, the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar introduced a new calendar called Julian. He transferred the beginning of the year on January 1st in honor of the god Janus, a two-faced deity, looking into the past and future. January, on behalf of Janus, became the month of the beginning of the year. The new year in Rome was celebrated by celebrations where people made decisions, decorated their homes, and made sacrifices to Janus. 3. The Middle Ages and the influence of Christianity. With the fall of the Roman Empire, the tradition of celebrating the new year practically disappeared. The Christian Church considered this holiday pagan and tried not to connect it with religious dates. In some countries, the New Year is celebrated on December 25th. 4. The return of the New Year as a secular holiday introduced the Gregorian calendar, which was fixed on January 1st as the beginning of the year. This decision was made by all countries of the world. 5. New Year in Russia. Before the reform of Peter the Great in 1699, the New Year in Russia was celebrated on September 1st. It was a church holiday associated with the beginning of a new agricultural cycle. In 1700, Peter I determined to celebrate the new year on January 1st according to the Western European style. It was then that the first traditions appeared to decorate the houses with fir branches and arrange fireworks. 6. Modern traditions today are celebrated almost throughout the world, but traditions are very respected. The beginning of the Christmas tree and jewelry are taken from Germany of the 16th century. The exchange implies a connection with the ancient rites of the gift of happiness and good luck. Fireworks and noise are the legacy of ancient China, where evil spirits were thus scared away. Modern traditions today, the New Year is celebrated almost throughout the world, but traditions are strongly observed. The beginning of the tree and jewelry are taken from Germany of the 16th century. The exchange implies a connection with the ancient rites of giving happiness and good luck. Fireworks and noise are the legacy of ancient China, where in this way they scared away evil spirits. The oldest famous New Year's calendar is considered Babylonian. In Ethiopia, New Year is celebrated on September 11th. New Year's proms is celebrated with the arrival of the Babylonians who promised the gods to repay debts and be honest. New Year is a holiday of update, which has absorbed the traditions of different eras and cultures. The story of the New Year tree. The New Year tree is one of the main symbols of the holiday, but its definition was associated with ancient pagan rites and later became part of Christmas and New Year's traditions. Pagan rites. In ancient times, many folk peoples and evergreen trees symbolize life and protection against evil spirits. In ancient Egypt, on the holidays of the winter sun, they decorated the houses of palm branches. During the festival, Saturnalia, dedicated to the god Saturn, decorated the houses of green. The Germanic tribes of traditional fuckers were dedicated their gods were decorated with fruits to appease the spiritual forest. In the Middle Ages, in Germany, there was a tradition of paradise. December 24th, on the day of Adam and Eve, performances were arranged on which paradise decorated with wood apples were drawn. This tree became the prototype of the New Year tree. First Christmas yoke 16th century, Germany. It is believed that the tradition of decorating the Christmas tree was introduced by Martin Luther. According to legend, he was inspired by the view of the stars shining through the branches of trees and decided to put the Christmas tree at the house, decorating it with candles. The spread of traditions in Europe and Germany in the 17th, 18th centuries, the Christmas tree became a symbol of Christmas, decorating it with apples, nuts, and sweets. In England, Prince Albert, the wife of Queen Victoria, brought to decorate the Christmas tree in the 19th century. This quickly became fashionable among the British aristocracy. In France and the United States, immigrants from Germany popularized the Christmas tree in these countries nowadays. The Christmas tree is decorated with garlands, balls, tinsel, and stars. In many countries at the top of the Christmas tree, the star means a star as a symbol of happiness or a Christmas star, which indicates the path to a new beginning. The highest live Christmas tree was installed in Sith, USA, in 1950. Its height is 67 meters. 2. The production switched to the fir tree of the candle grew into electric garlands, first used in 1882. The story of fireworks. Fireworks are a symbol of the new year and holidays around the world. Their story began more than 2,000 years ago in China, and over time they became part of many cultural traditions. China is the birthplace of fireworks around the 2nd century BC. The Chinese used bamboo, which, when heated in fire, cracked and exploded. These sounds were to scare away evil spirits. In the 9th century, gunpowder was invented. His huge alchemists tried to find the elixir of immortality. The mixture of the nitrate, coal, and sulfur began to be used to create pyrotechnic bombs that launched into the sky. Chinese craftsmen experimented with the addition of metals at the pores to create colored bags. So the first multi-colored fireworks appeared. In the 13th century, gunpowder fell into Europe through merchants and travelers. In Italy and Germany, fireworks at festive and international ceremonies began to use. Italians became the first masters of color pyrotechnics. In the era of the Renaissance, fireworks became an obligatory part of the royal holidays. In the United States, fireworks were first used at the celebration of Independence Day in 1777 and in accordance with the Stalinist tradition. Why launch fireworks? Initially, fireworks were used to repel evil spirits. Today, they symbolize joy, the beginning of a new cycle and hope for the best. The largest firework in the world. In 2020, a projectile weighing 1,270 kilograms was launched in the United States, which exploded to a height of more than a kilometer. New Year is not just a holiday, the opportunity to start everything from scratch. I wish you happiness, health, and fulfillment of all desires. What traditions are there in your family? Write in the comments. I will be interested to know. Do not forget to like and subscribe.